In my video on dealing with suicide, to help be an encouragement to you to not commit suicide, no matter what life throws at you. I say I couldn't let that video go just like that without doing a part two to let you know that I did succumb to doing the act, to committing suicide. When I was young, when I was 23 years old, I was a young police, and started to get corrupted and doing corrupt things and I had a young lady who I was about to get married to, and she decided to cheat on me, and I allowed, because she cheated on me and she told me she don't want me no more. She wanted the guy who she cheated with. I decided that I couldn't live on no more. And then at the time I was so mixed up, I thought God didn't want me to. So I put my fist in the air on my way to work as an officer, and I started shaking my fist to God, and I curse him like how a man would curse another man. And I tell him, I say, that girl don't want me no more. I say I could deal with that a bit, but you two don't want me, and you's my God. I say, so tonight I can kill myself, I can take my life. And I went into the station and I took my firearm, loaded up, and I put my gun to my head and I pulled the trigger. And I actually saw my brain actually splattered on the wall. I saw this. And when I looked around, I noticed I was still in the station. So I load back up, and started pulling the trigger over and over and over and over, because I wanted to die, and I was crying. I said, God, let me die. You don't want me. That girl don't want me. Life's so hard. And I was pulling that trigger, and I was pulling that trigger. I wanted to die. And while I was pulling, I heard his voice. And he said to me, God, he said to me, he said, son, I love you and you're taking your life. And when I heard this, gun to my head, I was shocked, because I didn't hear his voice for a long time. And I holstered my gun, and I holstered, and I thank him. I drop on my knees and I thank him. I said, God, thank you. Thank you for saving my life. And at the same time, the devil still was there. He said, yeah, God saved you, but he still don't love you. So I said, Lord, you know what? Yeah, you saved me, but you still ain't love me. That's how mixed up and messed up my mind was at the time. I said, I'll never do nothing like that again. But I still, and it became years thinking God didn't want me and living nasty as a police and all that. But that is my testimony, what I posted. But what I wanted to say is that I too been there where I actually did the act, but God saved me. That's why I wanted to encourage you. Don't even go through that, because yours might go on through, and you don't want to live eternity. You understand? I believe in hell. And you go, that's a ticket straight to hell if you're listening to me, But this is an encouragement to let you know. And I want to do part two just to let you know that I've been there. I know how it feels. I know when you're putting people on pedestal where you feel you can't live your life without them, you'd rather die and all these things. I even thought God didn't want me, and I would have rather die along with that. But be encouraged, be strong, and I pray my words and my testimony that God give me. Even too, you know what I realize? I look at the amount of people who God used me to reach over the years, who gave their life to God. And I said to myself, I say, what if I had to take my life, like if my life had actually gone, if them people would have get saved, if they would have come to the Lord. And that's when I realized that there's some people who need you, who need to hear your voice. There's some people who I can reach. There's some people who you can reach. They need to hear you. That's why you can't take your life. I just wanted to do a part two, just to let you know, like I said, I've been there, done that, but God saved me and he keep me. Don't even try it. Don't even try to test God to see if he'll save you if you try it. Don't do it. Your life is very precious. And thank you for your time, to listen to me and hear what God put in my heart. And not only in my heart, but command me to say to you, because he wants you to live. He have a great purpose for you. Thank you for listening.